Her white linen outfit got her overlooked at a premium jewelry shop. Flat sandals, no makeup, no expensive bag. She wasn't their client. She was garbage. One clerk murmured, "Watch her. Such people don't purchase. Her goal is theft." See, a necklace was all she wanted. Instead, she received taunts, side-eyes, and humiliation. Her millionaire husband's Rolls-Royce arrived 30 minutes later. On Rodeo Drive, de la Lumiere sparkled like a gem. Its crystal chandeliers reflect prisms over velvet-lined displays, and marble floors shine like mirrors. Diamond tiaras and sapphire rings whispered riches to celebrities, tycoons, and monarchy at the store. The store's crown, a pink diamond necklace with an 18-carat centerpiece and $12 million in immaculate white diamonds, was illuminated. De la Lumiere was more than a shop. Designer labels, heavy jewelry, and the smell of old money were required to enter this prestige gate. Outside, valets shuttled Bentleys and Lamborghinis, and the boutique's million-follower Instagram showed clientele in opulence. This world valued looks and judged quickly. The white linen dress of Claire Monroe caught the little wind as she entered the glass doors, her sandals whispering on the marble. She was stunning at 36, with clear gray eyes, blonde hair in a bun, and a makeup-free face radiating confidence. She had a notepad, pen, and a fading snapshot of her and Blake smiling on their wedding day in her canvas bag. Claire turned to charity after leaving her nonprofit director job, keeping her large riches from Blake's e-commerce enterprise covert. She was to de la Lumiere today to purchase Blake a pink diamond necklace for their 10th anniversary as a symbol of their journey. She wanted to hold the jewels, not prove anything. Besides the subtle buzz of classical music and the murmur of a few patrons in Chanel gowns and tailored suits, the store was silent. Claire approached the middle exhibit, captivated to the necklace's delicate radiance. The saleswoman, Vanessa Holt, stood behind the display in her black dress, blonde hair in a severe updo, eyes on Claire's clothes and the bag, and a thin grin of dislike. "Can I help?" The tone of her question implied no. Claire's lips curled slightly. She asked for the pink diamond necklace in a clear, pleasant voice. "Display item," she added, loud enough to turn attention, "for prestige clientele, not window shoppers." Cool when her fingertips touched her tote. "Afford it." Vanessa's piercing chuckle garnered staff glances. "Know the price?" she snapped, her voice filling the store. Thinking this was a thrift shop. "Loud enough for Claire," he whispered, bold. The boutique's murmur changed as eyes turned to the outsider. Claire stood at the jewelry exhibit trying to get Vanessa's attention as a group of high-profile clients gathered nearby, their expensive bags shining under the chandeliers. They freely examined Claire's looks under Diana Voss. Diana said, "Look at her dress," with disdain. Did she enter from the farmer's market? The gang laughed and sent Claire images to a de la Lumiere VIP's group chat, their diamond jewelry blazing. The tech heiress Lauren Tate commented, "Bet she's coming to casing the joint, check her purse." Diana tossed a penny at Claire's feet, grinning, "For your bus ticket home," intensifying the taunting. The boutique's other customers laughed cruelly while Vanessa and Ethan smiled and did nothing. Claire clenched her satchel, her gray eyes flaming with controlled agony, but she didn't speak. Had boutique bum photographs went viral, each wounding her dignity. Vanessa looked at her wiry colleague Ethan Cole cleaning a tray of jewelry. "Keep an eye on her," she whispered carefully. "She seems like she'll ask inquiries to distract you while slipping anything in her purse." Ethan nodded, imitating her grin, and approached Claire's satchel. It was a public branding allegation. Claire was speechless, her gray eyes calm but her pulse pounding. She didn't quarrel or shout. Turning, her sandals quiet, she moved toward the doors with their glances on her back. As Claire approached a side exhibit to peruse discreetly, Victor, the boutique's big security guard, appeared with his radio blazing. He shouted, "Ma'am, I need to see inside that bag," across the shop. Claire froze, her gray eyes wide, but she gently opened her bag to expose her notepad and pen. Shaking his head, Victor smiled. "Keep it visible," he advised, sounding guilty. Nearby patrons murmured, "She's trouble," capturing the altercation on their phones. Vanessa leaned over to Ethan, mumbling, "She's up to something, a diversion." The guard followed Claire's every move, his boots thick on the marble, a danger. The humiliation was purposeful and overwhelming. Claire maintained her cool and her sandals quiet as she left. Twitter users retweeted Victor's encounter video, labeled "shop thief," crucifixing him publicly. Claire was adjusting her bag at the boutique's door when a group of customers noticed. Diana Voss, her fur coat shining, said, "Still here, love, the pawn shop's down the street." Diana's gang laughed and filmed as she threw a crumpled tissue at Claire's feet. "She mocked your tears." The other customers chanted, "No diamonds," as Ethan smiled from behind the counter. Claire's jaw clenched, but she picked up her bag and ignored the tissue, focusing on the horizon. Rodeo Reject, an absolute loser, became viral on Instagram within minutes, garnering 10,000 views and comments. A dagger in her quiet strength, kick her out. Shame continued beyond the door. Vanessa followed Claire out, heels clicking, and shouted, "Don't come back until you have a budget." The comments rang around the store, making workers and customers giggle. Ethan waved mockingly, "Try 'em all next time." A security man near the entrance laughed, his radio crackling, thinking she'd grab and flee. Claire gripped her tote without looking back. As her linen dress blew in the wind, she took out her phone on the pavement. As Claire left the store, she heard Vanessa and Ethan mocking a jeweler through the open backroom door. Was her tote visible? Vanessa snarled, throwing a rag on the counter. Probably full of stolen earrings. Ethan giggled while sorting rings. Probably believed de la Lumiere was a clearance sale. Carla, the stern jeweler, laughed. She's an idiot, presumably looking for a wealthy spouse. Claire could hear them chuckling in the corridor as she adjusted her tote. A passing employee gazed at her, then left in quiet. Each jab on the boutique's Slack channel and online fueled the narrative of Claire as a criminal unworthy of their environment. Claire's jaw clenched and her gray eyes flickered in anguish, but she continued going, the staff's insults cutting her dignity. Claire walked with dignity under the scorching Beverly Hills heat. She didn't scream or weep. Voice quiet yet steady, she called Blake. She stated they wouldn't show me the jewelry. "I'm fine, just let me know when you're here." After Claire left, Diana Voss's De La Lumiere VP group chat uploaded a satirical pop song-accompanied montage of her visit, standing by the jewelry, Victor examining her luggage, and silent leaving. Linen Lady thought she could shop here, know your place. The Instagram Stories post has 30,000 views and comments like "thief in sandals" and "her tote's probably full of our diamonds." Tech heiress Lauren Tate shared the clip on TikTok with her comments. "Therefore, we need improved security. Like her, riffraff destroy the atmosphere." Claire was hurt by each YouTube share after a friend sent it. She heard boutique customers talking, "That's her, the one from the video," at a cafe while waiting for Blake. Their smirk stung, but Claire drank her coffee, her gray eyes steady and her serenity disguising a tempest. The online backlash was unrelenting, exposing her character. Blake's deep growl hushed boardrooms. "I'm coming," he said. "Stay put." Inside De La Lumiere, personnel resumed work with a tale to tell. Vanessa smirked at Ethan as she straightened her clothing. "Can you believe her nerve?" Ethan laughed and wiped a case. He claimed she'll learn her role helping a sequined jumpsuit-clad pop star customer. Diana Voss captioned her new emerald bracelet, "De La Lumiere vibes, only the best belong." With likes in the comments, the boutique's vibe and hierarchy remained maintained. But the boutique's pristine tranquility was about to break. 30 minutes later, a black Rolls-Royce Phantom stopped in front of the glass doors, its engine purring to hush the street. As the driver's door opened, the valet hesitated, fumbling with a key fob. Blake Monroe emerged in his well-fitted black suit, his wide shoulders and strong jawline commanding the air. At 42, he was powerful. Dark hair pushed back, emerald eyes that could warm or chill, and calm might that bent the world. Blake was the CEO of Monroe Ventures, which powered 50% of North American internet shopping. He spoke on Forbes and Davos panels. His face was seldom seen, but his influence was felt in every important transaction. Blake entered the store with Claire exiting the Rolls-Royce behind him, her linen attire unaltered and her gray eyes tranquil. The room became dead, trays clanging, breath suppressed. Vanessa's retort became a weak barrier, her grin gone. Ethan's polishing cloth fell, his grin gone. Blake ignored them, his voice low and deadly, each syllable a razor. "Does the person who insulted my wife still work here?" A guillotine-like question. Customers froze, lowering their phones. Diana Voss's trembling fingers clinked her bracelet. With her sequins dull beneath the lights, the pop singer stepped away. As he saw Blake, boutique owner Giovanni De Luca raced downstairs, his fitted vest awry and his face pale. "Mr. Monroe," he stumbled, bowing. "Please, misunderstanding." Blake turned to him, his emerald eyes cold. "You allowed your workers accuse my wife of stealing," he continued, breaking through the justification. "You let them shame her in front of customers." He looked at Vanessa, who shrank, her hair unraveling. "You informed her she wasn't welcome or wanted." Vanessa opened her lips but said nothing, surrendering to Blake's gaze. Claire approached, toting her bag, speaking softly yet firmly. "I don't need them to know me," she continued, looking at Mr. De Luca. "I simply wanted respect like every other consumer." Her words settled like dust in the quiet room. Blake signaled his assistant, Lila, a young lady in a blue blazer, to bring a tablet. Blake said, "The necklace ending." "Now." Lila quickly sent a $12 million bank transfer which cleared in seconds. The pink diamond necklace was lifted with shaky hands while Mr. DeLuca struggled with the case. Blake grabbed it carefully and turned to Claire. He walked behind her and carefully placed the diamond-studded necklace over her neck. Blake stated quietly yet firmly that she no longer needs permission. The boutique's quiet left customers gazing and workers paralyzed. Vanessa had a colorless face and shaky heels. Ethan stared down, shaking. Vanessa was addressed by Mr. DeLuca, who spoke slightly. He looked to Blake and stated, "You're fired. Leave with your belongings. Now." Vanessa stuttered, crying, but no one helped. Once complicit, the security guard moved away, radio mute. An outraged junior employee released the boutique's surveillance video to a gossip blog immediately. The Vanessa's sneer, Ethan's wave, Diana's tissue throw video went viral, reaching 20 million views in hours. The linen woman burst on TikTok with people sewing captions. They labeled her a thief. Justice for Claire. Claire's dignity, leaving, and Blake's entry were captured. The necklace moment repeated forever. Since Instagram loops repeated the term, she doesn't need to ask. Everyone cheers Claire's win. 1-star ratings and snobby rubbish ruined De La Lumiere's reputation on Yelp. Avoid this location. Vanessa became synonymous with brutality. As businesses retreated, her LinkedIn page was criticized and modeling engagements terminated. Ethan lost his Beverly Hills retail job chances and smirk. Diana Voss' influencer career crashed because her emerald bracelet post was hidden behind "You laughed at Claire." Her followers dropped and her prestige was no defense. Public apologies by Mr. DeLuca was drowned out by online rage. De La Lumiere's velvet cases were empty as customers went to rivals. Diana Voss and Lauren Tate were publicly judged days after the film emerged. Diana made a sad apologetic video saying she misunderstood Claire, but it received 500,000 dislikes and comments like, "Too late, bully," destroying her influencer standing. Her sponsorship arrangements ended, her fur coat auctioned to pay bills. Lauren's software firm lost $20 million after investors backed out due to her toxic conduct and TikTok suspension for hate speech. Inspired by Claire's grace, a coalition of De La Lumiere's former clientele boycotted the boutique's snobbery with an open letter signed by 200 celebrities. The Vogue letter commended Claire as a model of respect and went viral, making her a cultural hero. A young lady cried as she told Claire how the boycott helped her quit a prejudiced employment at a Lumiere Fund event. Claire held her linen dress glowing, her triumph changing lives. The viral video shamed De La Lumiere and sparked a legal storm. Monroe Ventures' legal team filed a class action complaint against the boutique for discriminatory practices, citing Claire's treatment and former workers' allegations of pervasive hostility. Vanessa, Ethan, and Mr. DeLuca were sued, their reputations ruined by court filings. Vanessa's fashion blog failed and premium firms banned her. LinkedIn was full with nagging thief-caller remarks after Ethan's retail profession ended. His boutique business lost big investors when Mr. DeLuca was fined $10 million. Claire's Lumiere Fund oversaw 1,000 store workers' anti-discrimination training from the lawsuit settlement. Diamond Justice trended on social media as individuals evaluated her clothing and then lost their jobs. Claire watched the news from her home, her toad on the table, her heart stable knowing justice had changed an industry. The world applauded her dignified win. The store lost 100,000 Instagram followers, its exclusivity now a warning. The jewelry didn't conclude the narrative. Claire attended a press appearance a week later in a blue outfit without her pink diamond necklace and with her bag on a chair. She stood in front of reporters with calm gray eyes and introduced the Lumiere Fund, a charity with $12 million, the necklace's full worth. She said that this fund would assist top workplace women who are discriminated against for their looks or background. The throng applauded, cameras blazing. She said that no one should be degraded for their clothing, pocketbook, or aspirations. The announcement, which highlighted Lumiere Fund and the Linen Woman, spread Claire's vision worldwide. Quick effect from the money. It taught 500 women in leadership, sponsored workplace harassment legal assistance, and teamed with universities to investigate luxury retail prejudice in months. Claire managed everything, her notepad full of outreach ideas, her tote during board meetings. With his Rolls-Royce outside, Blake softly supported her. Claire's heart fueled the mission. The jewelry, currently on loan at a museum, symbolized perseverance, not money. Claire received messages from women across about being rejected, insulted, or undervalued. Her dark eyes were focused as she read each one. De La Lumiere recovered never. 6 months later, the Rodeo Drive site closed, chandeliers dull, cases empty. Claire's victory was wounded by the pink diamond's absence. Vanessa and Ethan sought low-wage work while Mr. DeLuca retired and faded. Their elitism ancient. Diana Voss' empire collapsed, her fur coat auctioned. Claire's linen clothing symbolized humility and courage as the world watched her ascent. She needn't brag. She constructed something greater with grace, not rage. Claire and Blake celebrated their anniversary in their tiny Bel Air cottage with fun. He wore his black suit without a tie, she her linen dress. They danced in the lawn, the city lights below, the necklace a useless remembrance. Years of shared aspirations fueled their love, which was greater than their money. Claire's tote included a fresh picture of her speaking at the Lumiere Fund's debut, smiling. She was now known as a force that converted shame into hope, not a billionaire's wife. Claire Monroe didn't need diamonds. The light was her. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if the story touched you.